Singer and Snapshot combination, but the precision, if it misses, which we did saw yesterday, a lot of misses were coming in from the teams which were playing yesterday, so that was kind of interesting to watch. But let's see if today is going to be another day where we will get to see a lot of misses coming in. But in the latest stages, that Intellion Snapshot can be absolutely amazing. Talking over the approach, again, pretty similar to Pokemons on the top lane. We do see the EVs going head to toe, and eventually they're trying to score some good goals. And also in the mid lanes, we'll get to see this Rock trying to evolve as fast as possible, because again, if that Speedster has got that edge onto the opponent, definitely things can change quite widely.
Right as of now, I think keeping a slow game is going to be good. Furia, right as now, making sure the wild Pokemon AOS energy is not stolen and also does not give chance for stacking. Quickly talking about the mid path, we can see the Zoro, and in the meantime, on the other end, a small teeny tiny Bulbasaur needs to evolve. A 3-man fight just for AOS energy and wild Pokemons, the bunnies. It does get taken over by Forge Legacy, so their early game looks to be nice as well as controlled.
I mean, yeah, if you talk about the stacking up situation, yes, on the top lane we do see two Pokemons already trying to actually get the best out of it. But the Hoopa, that is a supporter which can change a lot of things. But in the bottom part, we get to see a lot of contestment for the Alternate Swablues. And eventually, if you talk about the advantage, it is actually in the favor of FSC Esports when you talk in terms of the goals. But look at this, the Zorak is still trying to perform in the top lane. Actually, in the mid lane, if you talk about the contestment, it is going to be between the Zorak and the EV. But for now, the goals are also going to get dumped from the players of Forge Legacy. Pretty impressive to see this kind of approach coming in, where all the players are pretty much focused on going for those scores, and Leafeon again doing wonders. Blaziken still trying to evolve as fast as possible. The Cumberskin has to evolve so that the effective damage could be coming in, because as an all-rounder, that individual can do a lot of damage and also tank it up, but eventually that level has to be precise.
There's still a neutral going on as of now. Nothing in terms of a great battle that either of the sides have started already, but looks like there's going to be the Umbreon. Might get stuck, Pardesi. They do not indulge in a fight a lot more. Let Pardesi run away. Ruben is there. He can still trap him. Hyperspace hole being used by the tree, making sure goes back. But Furia jumps in with the Leaf Blade, does a big time of damage, but doesn't chase Pardesi to get a KO, making sure that he keep things in check. In the meantime, Size wanted to get himself a stack. He might even get the 10 dunk. He does, but can he receive a KO is something that I'm worried about. In the meantime, Volk running none other than the Petal Dance is going to be also an interesting move, and yes, they do get the KO on the Blaziken as soon as it evolves, but also a stack coming in from Furia instantaneously. Pardesi might also be put down. A 2 KO streak coming through. Berserk tried to help, but his jump was not enough on that liquidation, on the aerobatics. Therefore, runs back is Furia back in his position. In the meantime, Blair looking forward to stealing the buffs, made his way to the mid path, but I think he will be pushed and flushed out of there. Right as now, FS as well as Forge sitting at 83 and 83 respectively.
Well, the scoreline is pretty similar, but eventually if we talk about the contestment, I do feel that at this point, the top lane is going to get sacked, because we will get to see our Regieleki getting melted pretty soon. But if we talk about the Regirock, the contestment coming in from Forge Legacy is quite over there. We will get to see a Petal Dance, we'll get to see Ninetales trying to attack it, and eventually it is going to be the Leafeon, the Speedster coming in from Team Forge Legacy, which will be able to get it done and dusted. 108, and there you go. The 6th partner, the 6th ally is actually going to come, and at this point, the contestment is actually going to be there for the Tier 1 gold zone at the bottom lane, and look at this. Slowbro can't really tank it up. I mean, he knows that he can get KO'd. The whole Tier goal zone in the bottom lane is going to get destroyed. And with that, for now, for a brief moment, it was Team Forge Legacy who had that lead. But look at this, FSC Esports dumping it all out. And also with that Regieleki advantage, they will be able to completely go in and eventually secure many more goals. 199. Impressive play coming in from FSC Esports. They're trying to deny all those knockouts, but at the same point, they're trying to get as many as goals as possible. But Furia, his survival is completely out of the existence.
Unfortunate, 3 players. He did go for a stack over there, but nonetheless, evolution coming in from Volk. He's ready. Can he use his Unite? Yes, he does. The word into anger to find a KO. Right now, chasing the Inteleon. The Spy Vision make sure that they do not. In the meantime, they're running for Blaziken. In the meantime, another Unite coming in from Zorak. That finds the KO on Volk. Make it a 2 KO streak as they find another Squishy as well. Can they go in for a third? They are trying to get hold of Artist. Barely surviving. Wanted to go to the hyperspace hole. Even that doesn't work. And Berserk also finds his KO. And FSC Esports in control.
Once again, it is going to be FS Esports who is reigning on top and getting all those alternating swap blues in their favor so that they can have that level buff. And we do already see that Speedster sticking at level 10, and on the other corner, Leafeon also doing the same. Venusaur has also evolved at a peak in this particular scenario, but now halfway journey is pretty much done in this particular matchup, and we'll get to see a lot more contestant coming in, because in the bottom lane, we'll get to see a Reggie being spawned, and that advantage can really change the things down. But with the Petal Dance, and pretty soon the Ninetales also getting enacted on over there, I believe we will get to see multiple KOs, and there you go. We got to see a Blaziken KO, and after that, eventually, even the Umbreon got KO'd, but it's a Rock. He's actually in a KO straight. Hoopa also gets taken down. Now the attacker remains over there. Attackers versus Speedster. I really have to see what happens. But look at this. The defender, Trevenant also goes in. That Boinks could have been very, very troublesome, as we do see in the minimap. But no, the Rock is somehow able to escape from it. And also, the tank, that is going to be the Umbreon, is pretty much over there.
Inviting for a battle Pardesi. He knows he's a tank. They cannot take him down so easily. They need at least 2 players. Therefore, he's just running around. Trevenant comes in with a Boing. Blair in the meantime goes in for a quick retreat. Full heal, but in the meantime, bottom Reggie taken away. This is something that 4G Legacy need to concentrate on. Right now, their intentions are clear. They want the top Reggie at least, but Pardesi from the backlines pushes Volk away, and Blair can instantly get a KO. They use the days coming through. In the meantime, wait, the hyperspace hole saves Volk from a KO. They all move to the bottom path, and Blair, he will take away the top Reggie again in the team's favor. Forge your legacy. Thankfully, they did not give away experience in level, but still they give away a Reggie. Not just one, it's 2, because the bottom Regice was also lost, and right now FS Esports, they have the lead of 2-0-5. Not a big one. Forge your legacy still defending their bottom tier, but right now they have to even defend the top one, the tier 2, making sure that the Regieliki doesn't make it vulnerable, and that is the reason Furia punishes Pardesi, finds a KO, he's looking for another, but Blair, he gets a big time damage. Unite also being used right as now. They're trying to chase him. The Solar Boing was not enough, barely managed to survive, but the Leaf Blade comes in at the right time after the cooldown, and a KO being found from Furia.
Pretty important KOs coming in. Zorak goes down to the dust, and eventually he's now waiting for the respawn. But even before that, FS Esports, the lead that they made is now crumbling down, because there's just 205 points in their favor. Pretty much a lead of just 14 points, which is not that adequate, to be honest, because that lead can be changed, and we will get to see that contestment coming in pretty soon, because in just 1 minute and few seconds, we'll get to see the legendary one coming into the legendary pit. It's going to be the Rayquaza fight that I'm pretty much excited about. But even before that, if we talk about the KOs, it is going to be very interesting. But look at this. Blaziken trying to guard the top lane, but there is a contestment for the alternative swap blues, which is going to be in the favor of Team 4G Legacy. And now it is all about the bottom lane, where the contestment for the Regice might actually come in, or whatever Reggie is going to spawn over there. I'm looking forward to it, but a complete sack into the bottom lane is going to be the equation. In the mid lanes, we will get to see the Blaziken and the Speedster also working its way up.
Pardesi playing with a Wish moveset. This is why I was wondering, why is he so confident? Why are players not chasing him for a KO? That's because he can regenerate his health with the Wish and also help his teammates to regenerate. Right as now keeping guard off again the tier 1. Pardesi moves in with a foul play, tried to find a connection. In the meantime, a 2-man push towards the top path. They take the hyperspace hole and immediately try to help and also find a KO on Pardesi, who was trying to make an overextension at the tier 1 on bottom. And now 4G Legacy have some control of things, because they did not lose the top path fight as well as the bottom, and now they're taking the Reggie steal, but there's 3 seconds on the clock. They don't have time, and the Rayquaza spawns. It's time for the final stretch.
Well, the final stretch is going to be chaotic enough, because both the teams are looking quite close to each other, and in the tall tree grasses, we'll get to see Doc holding it off. He's getting the right idea of how he has to perform and eventually what he has to do. But Hoopa can really change the things around, and we do see 10 unites being farmed already. I mean, every single individual has got their own unite to play with, but look at this, the contestant goes in. Oh, Trevenant not looking that good, but eventually the support with the Petal Dance will be coming in from the attacker. It's not going to be that easy, but look at Zorak. He's trying to go for the goals at the tier 2 goal zone in the top lane, but eventually there is a situation where they are waiting for the right time period to strike on, because again, if the contestment goes wild, maybe those Blazikins and Zorak can eventually come in to steal the Rayquaza advantage for themselves.
Oh no!
It's a Leafeon who has been KO'd, and I do believe pretty soon we'll get to see another KO coming in from the players of 4G Legacy, and it is going to be the Venusaur. Hoopa with the Rings and Bound is trying to change the things around, but no, it's not going to be that easy. The Boinks, but Doc is actually going to get KO'd, and it is looking like a situation where the team known as FS Esports can really take the control, but Hoopa finds a crucial one.
Oh no, Ruben acting like the game changer here. Finds 2K Strig, looking for a third, and he does find it. In the meantime, Saiz tries to jump on him, wants to find the KO. The feint attack also coming in from Zororg. Finds Artist, as well as Ruben goes down. 40 seconds on the clock. A big 100 is what Blair is trying to dunk. Solar Point was ready, and the 100 is missed. In the meantime, Forge Your Legacy, they have to find a way to secure a score. Otherwise, this game is done for. 30 seconds on the clock. They do not have the Rayquaza. Rayquaza shield, if they get it, they can go for a score, but they do not have much time. And right as now, Volk as well as Doc making intentions of moving to the top path, but there's already players at the jump pad. They all jump towards the mid, and because of which goal scoring becomes easy. They get the dunk of 17, which is close to 30, and another 14, which pushes to 28. And right as now, Forge Your Legacy have forced their victory, but at the last 10 seconds, 100 might come through. 100 does from the slow bro, and this brings back the game in favor of FSC Esports, along with another 100 score coming in from Umbreon. What a game changer from FSC Esports in the last 10 seconds. Secure Rayquaza and also score goals.
Honestly, Lucifer, I was about to jump out of my chair because I was thinking, what is FSC Esports doing? They're contesting the mid lane, they're trying to go for the legendary pit. Meanwhile, the other players from Team Fortune Legacy are already securing the goals in the tier 2 goal zone in the top lane. But eventually, their strategy worked out. They were able to mill the Rayquaza, get that advantage started, and these 10 minutes, don't you think so, Lucifer, are going to be very valuable for both the teams?
Let the match begin. It's going to be a crucial one, as you said. One for FSC Esports because they already have the lead in the point in this best of 3, whereas Forge Your Legacy, they need to find their one. Taking down the Bunny super early on the bottom path. In the meantime, sending their Sobble on the mid path for FSC Esports. Sending their, again, little teeny tiny Bulbasaur to the mid path on the side of Forge Your Legacy. Quick stacks because right as now Umbreon wants to evolve as early as possible, but FSC Esports are running a double stack on 2 of their Pokemons. One is a Speedster, another is an all-rounder. The Torchic that you see has an attack weight as well as an Eos Cookie. On the other end, there is also the Eevee, right as now, which has to evolve to the Leafeon, which is also running an attack weight as well as an Eos Cookie. Stack coming in still again. Doc also gets his 5 in. Now he has to move back. But on the other end, Berserk gets a chance to evolve. Now is on the Leafeon, but a mean look being used. Solar Bonk right now is not effective. There can be a chance of a KO, but the mean look gets over, and therefore they jump immediately to their goal zone, which gives them a blue shield. In the meantime, Blair, he gets stuck. Doc, can he find the KO? He tried his best, but because it's just evolved, Mean Look is the only move. Mean Look was the only move which was unlocked. But in the meantime, what just happened? Volk just moved in, and he's instantly KO'd. On the other end, the beams coming in, that finds a KO. Make sure the Water Toll also looks forward to, and that's a double KO especially being found, meaning Forge Your Legacy, even though they had one player who had to go back and heal themselves or respawn, there were 3 players from FSC Esports and they had to force them back. But Berserk, as he found it timed perfectly, I think so, but no, comes in at the right time. Doc, big solar beam coming in, Mean Look to stop, and I think Berserk, he's done for. There's no way he survives. Again, that Mean Look gets over, and Berserk survives back to the goal zone.
For 51 points coming in from Forge Your Legacy. They're definitely in lead right now. They're trying to hurry their way to a victory in this particular matchup, but I'm looking forward to see how that is going to result. Thunderskin wanted to fall back, and eventually that's again going to be the case that he's going to stick with. But yes, I really have to see how this play is going to unfold, because in the legendary pit we'll get to see that Ultravision Swablu also getting utilized. But Pardesi getting cornered, he's going to get KO'd. Yeah, there you go. There is nothing that he could have really done. 4 Pokemons already sacking onto him. Oh, the Lapras also falls down. This is not looking good for Team FSC Esports. From the start, they're getting multiple KOs. And Sai, he's also about to get KO'd if he does not run back. But eventually, he was able to do it. He was able to fall back. And in the tree grasses, we'll get to see another Pokemon also getting set ablaze. With that, yes, Team FSC Esports is now struggling, because look at the level buff as well. Venusaur is already at level 8. On the other corner, the attackers are not even close to 7. I mean, Inteleon is, but then again, really have to see how the play is going to unfold.
Doc doesn't have anything to stack, but he's just doing it to annoy players of FSC Esports, to cause trouble, making them think that, oh, maybe he's running in special attack specs or something of those sorts. Right as now, it's a 3-man play coming in from Forge Your Legacy on the top path. Maybe they're going to look forward to the top Regieleki first, playing with the Umbreon as well as the Ivysaur right as now in the bottom path. Saiz will fully evolve to Blaziken. Still doesn't have his Unite though, so he has to watch out. Stacking also not that being great, but in the meantime, Volk evolves. He's on level 9. He has the Verdant Anger available, and he uses it, making sure there's no steal. Big time damage coming in on Blair, and they send the players back. However, Rook still wants to keep the fight ongoing. Beamasaur is ready, goes in for a beam along with a Mew. It doesn't find effective KO, but it does force the players and pacify them to lose their health and push them back to their goal zone.
This is a very interesting approach coming in. The Hyperspore Souls once again are being very effective. They're trying to contest both the Regis, and now they're approaching for the Regi Eliki. But let's see if that is going to be fruitful enough, because right now Size is pretty much confirmed that he has a very big approach of getting Evolve first, and then eventually when the Unite is there, he might actually be able to utilize it. And Unite has already been farmed. We'll get to see a KO coming in. It's first Inteleon who got a very crucial KO, and now the Regi Eliki is getting melted. But let's see who is going to have that advantage, because in no time we'll get to see a close-up contestant because the Water Turtle is ready, the Venusaur is already coming in, but the ally, the 6-1 comes in, the Solar Beams coming in from both the Pokemons are very effective. Keep the Venusaur and all Mew, both of them are utilizing it. Australian Swablues also at the concern. 91 good points coming in from Poacher Legacy. Yes, indeed, they are maintaining that lead, maintaining that pressure, but in the top lane, the Regi Eliki also gets destroyed, and with that, the bottom lane contestant is what we are looking at, but Hoopa again might be able to save that day.
Right as now, almost everybody from 4G Legacy have almost unlocked their unites. It's only the Hoopa who needs to a big KO again on the Blissey, support going down without any support players being there, and the goal zone being destroyed with a overdunk of a 40. Moonlight plans right as now to kind of defend the bottom goal zone, but it's not working out. They still managed to score little goals here, but that's not going to be a great difference, because you can see 4G Legacy already sitting at 171, trying to chase them out. They did use a hyperspace hole and all teleport to the bottom, and immediately FSC Esports, they decide to retreat. But 4G Legacy, they are not deciding to retreat. They want to get another overdunk if possible. 8 gets scored coming in again from Doc. Always annoying, even though he doesn't have any stacks to play with, he still gets the score. And with level 9 coming in, the Hooper also has his Unite. Finally, we see the entire side of FSC Esports also unlocking the Unite, but a quick steal of a buff coming in from Berserk. Might look forward to a 40 score, but it doesn't happen. Inteleon trying to help him out. The hyperspace hole is here, and the players from FSC Esports are forced to rotate again or run back.
Now, every single time when Team FSC Esports decides to go for a goal of even 10 AOS energy, there is going to be that hyperspace hole which is going to annoy the hell out of them. What an amazing play. Look at this. Again, every single time, guys, you'll get to see those hyperspace holes being very, very effective. And Blaziken is now outside of Blaze. He had to fall back. Can't really do much at that point. Now, Rayquaza is something which might change the whole destiny of the stream. Other than that, if you see the Regis, the Regi Rock on the bottom lane is again going to be in the favor of Team 4G Legacy. And they are forging their legacy by taking few more good KOs. But Berserk running for his life. Let's see what he can really do. He does not have the right amount of HP. Is very low at this point. Inteleon on the other corner finds Mew. But this is a very crucial match coming in for Team FSC Esports, because if they lose, they are going to give a second chance for the individuals of Team 4G Legacy to really fight back and eventually get the decider in their favor. Blair and the other guys are also going to fall back. Still, I have to really see that Lapras has not evolved yet a lot, but now they are actually at level 10, so maybe that stack is going to be helpful enough.
Blastoise ready, wants to go for the last hit. Rapid spin along the water spot coming through. Can he get the last hit? No, the overheat secures from Blaziken. Size makes it happen. Berserk ready with the solar burn. Both of them want to find the KO on Furia. But there is the Venusaur who's here to help his teammate out. But the fire cake coming through pushes the player out, finds the KO along with the Regi Eliki's help. And now Size, he might even take down Volk along with Berserk's help. And yes, they do it. There is a chance for the Regi Eliki to push, but the hyperspace hole immediately gets the players back. And Volk, before going down, he does find a KO. Mew also helps, puts down the Leafeon, and now Regi Eliki, who was their 6th ally, has come to a stall and a stop. In the meantime, there's a bottom path push. They immediately take the hyperspace hole, and Rook is forced to run out. The Electro Ball, it connects and finds the KO on Rook. That's the Lapras down, and Forge Your Legacy, even though they might be losing one of their players or the other, if they're losing the Regi, they're still keeping control of the paths in their favor.
Amazing play coming in from 4G Legacy. They're destroying their opponents like hell, and at the same point, those hyperspace holes are absolutely amazing. Look at the way this Blissey is just adamant that I'm going to stick for a goal. I'm going to get that 10 AOS energy right over here in this particular goal zone, but he is going to get KO'd. He's going to get KO'd. There is no chance.
He still gets 10.
Finally the stack works out, but I believe the KO is something which is inevitable, and there you go, the KO comes in. Australian Swablu is also being contested, and Leafeon was able to fall back a bit. And Hoopa, again, pretty happy to what he is doing till now, because that's a very good effective Pokemon that we really missed in the previous matchup coming in from 4G Legacy, but this time they are able to utilize it at its peak. But the steal will be coming in from the individual Blastoise, and with that advantage in their favor, now they can really contest for the Rayquaza. But look at those Unites being farmed. Inteleon already at level 14. He can really make a menace at this point, and that is the only approach that Team FSC Esports is left with right now. But the Blaziken wants to go with a 50. No, it's not going to be that easy. Is he going to score that? Yes, indeed, he's going to do that. He's going to go for 100. That's amazing. But yes, at the same point, we'll get to see multiple KOs. It is going to be a KO on Hoopa, and at the same point, another supporter goes down. But that is going to be from the team of FSC Esports.
It was just 100, but it seems like 4G Legacy are a little bit kind of wondering, have we lost the lead that we had? And they've started a little bit of a fight with Rayquaza, not draining its health. Size hiding in the tall grasses for now, not giving away his position. But Artist, he just came back and they want to KO him again. Solar Point coming through, a Solar Beam for support, does push back Berserk. Almost about to get KO'd. A big damage coming in. Then there's Blaziken coming in from the back with the Focus Blast. Does damage. Overheat as well. Finds a connection between 3 players. This is the chance, but Volk, he swoops in, finds the Blaziken out, and that's where things from FS Esports' end are calmed down or slowed down. Lapras uses Lapras Express, is stuck, unable to connect its Unite with anybody, but Blair hiding sneakily. Camouflage, but Rook goes down. That's something that they'll be worried about. A 47 that they want to score. 36 as well gets scored, but the 47 going towards a 94 did not happen. Moonlight Pranch being used. Berserk they are trying to force a KO on Berserk, but before he could reach closer to the final stretch of the Rayquaza, they catch him. Shield has been taken over, and Forge Your Legacy, they force their victory in the second game.
What a play, what a comeback coming in from Forge Your Legacy. Absolutely adamant on the fact that they really had to get this one so that they can come back with a decider match, and yes, that's exactly what they're going to get. 608 is what Forge Your Legacy is able to be capable of. Remember guys, FS Esports was stuck with just 67 points or so, but then eventually that 100 came in from the Blaziken and also some more points coming in the later stage, but still it's done. There are going to be some more goals possibly, but yeah, there you go. A set of 6 goals coming in, but a lot of KOs in the later stages, and with that FS Esports loses this one, and it's going to be an equalizer in the BO3 picture in the favor of Team Forge Your Legacy. And with that bounce back in the game, and that too with that amazing lead in the favor, it does feel like that Forge Your Legacy has got that trust and they can really dictate their chances. So I feel either FS Esports can ban the Hoopa or they can pick it for themselves.
Yeah, I think Hoopa pick, letting it be, and especially kind of functioning so efficiently, right, Raider, that's something that caused them a lot of trouble. Artist, you can see sitting at 11 assists, 1 KO for him. Ruben, as I've already mentioned, him getting a chance of picking the Mew was the troublemaker, and along with that, Volk also playing the Beamer. So double beams coming through is what caused a lot of trouble. Doc played phenomenally. That mean look did cause so much trouble. It was trapping the players. Maybe he alone could not pick the KO, but the amount of traps that he was putting for deciding who our upper bracket finalist number 2 is going to be.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, it's a road where things can change rapidly for both the individuals. Be it FS Esports or Forge Your Legacy, both of them are very close to their victory and very close to their ticket for the LAN events. But moving forward, FS Esports, well, again, their approach is pretty much similar, that they are going to be a lot of sacking up into the mid lanes, and also in the top lane we'll get to see the Chansey going over there and trying to get the best out of it. And with that, the EV is also going to be there. But there you go. Check with if I'm not wrong, 4 goals coming in. And now he's going to fall back. Even the EV is going to do the same. Leafeon again evolving and trying to get the best out of it is going to be the case. But who that Hoopa will be able to get the best out of the game or not is what I'm looking at, because Blissey was not that big of a supporter in the previous matchup due to the wrong movesets being chosen, to be honest. But in this particular matchup, when Team Forge Your Legacy has got it, maybe things might be different and they might actually stick to the right move, and eventually the meta would be in their favor. But they see that Hoopa is very valuable, buddy. Make sure to actually get the charm out of it, and I'm looking forward to see how the game revolves from here.
It is now still a slow game, but you can see Forge Your Legacy are getting their stacks in. They've gotten a score of 9. Blair finally moving out of his mid path. An exchange of a buff, red buff here on none other than Pardesi, and on the other end, blue a buff for Blair. Level 5, Torchic finds the first. Blissey is down. Blissey was already a trouble, but meantime, a bottom path KO coming in from the Ivysaur. 3-man play coming through, tried his best. Leafeon tried to survive, but eventually had to go down. That's going to be a 2 KO coming through in the start of the game for FS Esports. In the meantime, FS Esports are not stopping there, want to take away the buff. They've invaded the mid path of Forge Your Legacy, trying to cause a lot more trouble, but this time Size, we spoke about it, he's already gotten his 4th stack, I presume. In the meantime, Furia, he runs in. Can he find it? His Solar Bank was there, but right as now, it is going to be a play coming in from Size on the kick. In the meantime, also Art is making his move. Size wants to get the berry, but a Solar Point, that helps, and they find the KO on that stacked Combuskin.
The Haunter in the bottom, in the mid lane, to be honest, is still pretty much ready. Looking forward to see how that play is going to unfold, but Hoopa with the hyperspace holds can be very, very useful. And Berserk has to really cook Berserk in this particular matchup, because if they lose, they're going to fall down to the lower bracket. But those slaps from the Blissey Absolutely amazing. Really have to see how the play is going to unfold. Poacher Legacy on the other corner goes in for another set of 5. And there will be a KO from the Inteleon onto the Leafeon. The Speedster goes on. And exactly that is going to be the case for even Team FS Esports, because their Speedster, the Haunter, also goes down by the attack element of Poacher Legacy.
Rogue trying to buy time. Pardesi is here and then gives the hyperspace hole. Make sure that everybody will rotate to the bottom path. And Forger Legacy immediately call it quits. They move back to their goal zone. Also get experience for themselves. That's going to be the Alterian Swablu. We saw the Dream Eater. I think it did not connect with anybody, but Berserk, big solar beam on them. But immediately the hyperspace hole was there. They all retreat back, but they're waiting for the Reggie. Volk has his Unite again unlocked. Playing the Shadow Ball as well as the Dream Eater, will want to keep distance, especially the ranged attackers who are squishy. If they get hit by the Dream Eater, easy chances of getting KO'd. But the bottom tier 1 has been destroyed. Now Mirage being used along with that a big solar beam, and that's going to be finding the first KO. In the meantime, a quick KO on none other than Regieliki, adding on the second ally. This is making sure that the second tier gets vulnerable, but coming in from the backlines, they try to find Volk, but Volk uses his Verdant Anger, finds the KO on Berserk, making sure that it doesn't function, and the KO being also found from Size makes the top tier 2 vulnerable with the help of the ally. But in the meantime, bottom path fight coming through. Blair had used his spy vision, but it still doesn't work. A hyperspace hole to retreat back to goal zone, and from then back is Pardesi, but still the bottom path fight. Forger Legacy, they might have controlled it, but they did not win it.
I mean, yeah, definitely the contest is going on right now. Blaziken trying to contest with the Speedster coming in from the opponent, Forger Legacy, but then again, the Umbreon. The tank is also going to come. Let's see what kind of defender is going to be there. I mean, the Trevenant is definitely trying to go with the points, and he was able to let go of the grasp onto the side, onto the plane on his Size, and with that, yes, Size is going to go with the Citrus Berry. Again, a lot of solar beings are being dumped at this point. The Mew and the Venusaur can be very, very chaotic from the players of Forger Legacy, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But now the stack is not going to work. Hoopa gets KO'd. I was not really expecting that, but eventually Inteleon retaliates by taking down the Umbreon, and not just that, we'll get to see the Leafeon also getting KO'd, and at the same point, the Blissey is about to go down. Trevenant before that gets falls off the equation, but this individual, the Inteleon, gets a KO streak of 3 individuals. Amazing play coming in. We might see another one pretty soon.
Oh, Blair barely survives. If not for Pardesi intervening with the Phantom Force on the battle, Ruben would have got that KO on Blair. And right as now, Forger Legacy a little bit in trouble. Talking about quickly on levels, there's not a big difference, but the Inteleon is causing them a lot of trouble. That crit hit has been very effective. Pardesi, hyperspace hole. Does he go and save himself? Yes, he does. Quickly ejects into the hyperspace hole, gets the full heal. He's not going to be back. He's going to use the jump pad and go towards the tier 2 on the bottom. In the meantime, Gengar is pushing towards Umbreon because tier 1 is still active on Forger Legacy's bottom, but Ruben was about to get caught. 2-step Emerald coming through, but it does not work out. Mew's Solar Beam, however, it works and now causes vulnerability for Trevenant. 3 players on him. Verdant Anger coming out through. There was also the Spy Vision being activated from Blair, and now that causes a lot more trouble as the Horn Leech moves towards the Venusaur along with the Blissey getting stuck, and Blair quickly takes advantage of it, finds the 2 KO streak, and FS Esports completely in control. This is what I said. Forger Legacy are able to pacify a fight, but they're not winning any of it. So FS Esports on the other end, they're pacifying and winning all of them.
Oh,
steal! Solar Beam!
But what is that? Amazing. Leafeon instantly gets killed after stealing this advantage. That's good. Again, that situation is going to be true enough that they're trying to pacify the whole notion that they're unable to get the whole control in their favor. Once again, the Regieleki, which was melted by Leafeon, which was actually stolen by him, is now being taken down, and with that, in the mid lane, we'll get to see another contestant coming in. The Gengar is ready. The Trevenant is more than ready. The Eos energies are pretty much on a higher note for all the individuals that are there in the game, but really have to see what happens next, because the tier 1 goal zone in the bottom lane is pretty much intact, so they really have to go for it. And on the other corner, the Blaziken and the Speedster already approaching for the top lane, but eventually in the bottom lane we do see another contestant coming in, where Hoopa with the Rings Unbound is absolutely phenomenal, and that Phenom is trying to wreak a lot of havoc, but Leafeon gets KO'd by the Speedster coming in from the opponent. Mew is not going to leave him away, and with that, yes, Mew and the Solar Beam worked out charmlessly. At the same point that the Solar Beam came in, and it's going to be Venusaur who gets the Inteleon out of the equation. These 15 seconds are going to be very vital for the Inteleon to get the right strategy so that they can bounce back in the game. Otherwise, that lead can be crumbled down, and Forger Legacy is known to do that.
Oh no, Walk alone was trying to drain the health of Reggie as he needed some other help, but right as now the other players from FS Esports are also here. Chances of stealing are higher. Solar beams coming through from both the ends, and the beam doesn't secure. It secures from FS Esports' overheat, I guess, from the Blaziken. Unfortunate again. And in the meantime, another speedster finding another. That's going to be Leafeon going down to the Gengar, causing trouble. This is where Forge Your Legacy, they're just pacifying things, not finding the right KO, but Berserk hiding, tidy, ready. He's looking forward to maybe even stealing the red buff for himself, and if he does, Walk will be super unhappy, and they still have no idea about it. Dream Eater can do so much damage to a ranged attacker, and it can continuously hit them in case it finds a KO. Multiple Dream Eaters can be seen, but Berserk not giving away his position at all. 20 seconds on the clock. Walk is moving towards him. It comes in, Dream Eater, Solar Beam, but it is not going to be enough. Shadow Ball along with the Dream Eater finds the KO on Walk. Also pushes the Gengar to level 13.
What a play coming in from that individual. He's phenomenal right now, but also with the ally of the sixth individual, the Rechiliki, Blaziken and his teammates can be very, very phenomenal. But look at this. That pressure will be created on the top lane goal zone. That is not going to deny anybody for that 100. Yes, with that, Clear10 is where Team FS Esports is residing at. But now the contestment of that Rayquaza is something which is going to be very, very valuable. And at this point, the Hoopa can be quite precious, to be honest, undeniably. Because that hyperspace hole can help them a lot, and also the rings and bond which we are waiting for can really help them a lot. But how to see all those solar beams coming in. Also, the petal dance is something which could have been chosen, but now the solar beams are pretty much here, and we'll get to see how Venusaur is going to get the best out of it. Berserk again holding, and yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. A lot of chaos will be coming in. The Speedster will be able to get the best out of it. This is the final stretch. The last 1 minute and 18 seconds. What? It's Blissey! It's Blissey who gets it done. KOs are coming in as the Speedster gets KO'd. Not just that, we'll get to see the Trevenant as well. It is a done and dusted match for Team FS Esports. Can't really deny it. But yes, they're trying to get the best out of it. And look at that. 217, the Solar Beam goes in. It is a match where Team Forge Legacy still can win. 317, leading by 7 points. But can they really get the best out of it? Have to really see. They are patiently waiting, trying to deny, trying to break all those shields. And 417. Oh, it is a very tough match for Team FS Esports to retaliate from here. Bombers of those 100 goals are getting in the face of FS Esports, and this is a match where Team Forge Legacy is undeniably going to go for a land.
30 seconds on the clock, but the rings unbound being used from Hoopa towards the top path. If they did towards the bottom, the score could have been done. Right as now, Walk hiding, his Solar Beam connects, but the Dream Eater, it comes through. Walk needs to run away, his teammate comes through as well. The Leafeon trying to do damage. Berserk is still hiding in the tall grasses. They have the idea about it. Leaf Blade as well. Solar Beam again hitting. There's 14 seconds on the clock. They need to find a way to score. There's only a difference of 250 which can be pushed through, but time on the clock is not going to be there. They still manage to find the KO. They're trying to go in for a score. A 32 comes through, but the 44 from Trevenant does not work. Furia is still fighting, making sure Forge Your Legacy gets the victory. FS Esports, a great effort, a great turmoil that they went through, but Forge Your Legacy, what a fight. Especially if you remember the first game, Furia on that Leafeon was the first one to get KO'd. This time Furia is the first one to find the KO on the side of FS Esports, and that is the reason Forge Your Legacy had a chance to win that game. But also Blissey finding that last hit, went for a Bliss assistance, and immediately I think even used the Egg Bomb coming through, and that got the secure of a Rayquaza. Imagine an Egg Bomb to secure.
Wow. I mean, a supporter doing that much is absolutely amazing at that point. What a play coming in from the individuals of Team Forge Legacy. A combined effort from that team, and those solar beams coming in from Mew and Walk was absolutely chaotic, like throughout the game. But it's a lot of